this first day of Holy Week actually has two names. The Passion Sunday, because we just heard the Passion from Luke's Gospel. It's also called Palm Sunday. It's its name because of the palms that we waved. Back in the time of Jesus, people used palms as a symbol of victory. Like you give palms to someone who won a race, or someone who defeated somebody in a battle. And indeed, at the time of Jesus, the people were waving palms when he came into Jerusalem because they thought he was a military Messiah. They thought he was going to overtake the government and finally free them. Well, we know Jesus was a victor, but of a different kind. Now, I'd like you to do something with your palms. After Mass today, there's going to be a little workshop downstairs where you're going to learn how to weave them. Most of us don't know what to do with them, but you can learn some techniques. You can also look on the internet. I'm sure you can find some things. We recognize that with the palms, sometimes they just are a nice decoration at your home. I've seen some places where they'll have a vase and put a lot of palms in them. So we have plenty. So take many home with you. But I challenge you to do something with your palms, and perhaps it's not those palms only. I'd like you to look at the palms at the end of your arms. When we talk about Palm Sunday, perhaps this might be even a more appropriate symbol. Because when you think of it, a palm can be used for many different things. Like it can be used to discard something, like the saying, oh, they're trying to palm off a lot of trinkets to those tourists. Or it could be a symbol of control when they say, oh, he had the crowd in the palm of his hand. But you can also use a palm as a symbol of stop, don't come any further. A universal sign like this. Or it can be a symbol of like anger, if you close your palms in, like ready for a fight or ready for an argument. And you can use your palms in any of those ways, but I would suggest that perhaps you use your palms in a way that is mentioned in Psalm 91. We hear about it from the famous song On Eagle's Wings, where we say, and hold you in the palm of his hand. Talking about how God holds us securely. Especially when we feel off balance, our life is not right. God is right there to hold us. So a soft palm can also be used as a symbol of opening, of welcoming, even of invitation, of coming. Now this whole week, our holiest of weeks, is actually considered one long big retreat. Starts today, ends at Easter. We recognize that all the liturgies are connected together. So we invite you to attend the liturgies, all the liturgies. They're all different. Then if you think of it, they all have some use of palms in them. Such as on Holy Thursday. We hear how Jesus takes the bread and the cup, blesses them, gives them forward. We hear how Jesus kneels down and with his palms he washes the feet of the disciples. Or on Good Friday, we hear again how Jesus opened up his palms to let go, to trust God, even having the pain in his palms, to trust God. And then, of course, on Easter, we eventually hear the story how Jesus came back to the disciples, and he would say, peace be with you, and then he showed them his feet and his hands, his palms, to say, it's really me. I know your woundedness, but there's more to the story. So as I mentioned, I invite you to do something with your palms. These palms. I invite you to invite someone to come and join you to the liturgies this week. Every one of us knows someone who hasn't been coming to church. Either because they, forget, maybe they feel like they don't belong, or maybe they simply don't recognize the place for them here. St. Teresa of Avila, she says, Christ has no other hands but yours. You are the hands of Christ. fear people have. We think of all the loneliness people have, the frustration. We have this wonderful opportunity to bring people into the ritual and meaning and beauty of the church. But it's really up to you. It's not, oh, somebody should, talk to them someday, or somebody should welcome them. It's you. So here's your challenge. Think of one person you know who has not been coming to church lately. Maybe it's a family member. Maybe it's a neighbor. Maybe it's somebody who used to sit by you in the same pew and you haven't seen in a while. You go call them up. You go knock at their door. You open your palms to say, come. Be with us. We miss you. Welcome home. Teresa said, Christ has no other hands but yours. And many times, it's simply that hand that says you belong. You are part of this community. We want you here at this table. Christ has no other hands. And maybe when we are celebrating this week in the depth and beauty all over the world, you are the place of Christ to open up and say, come home.